Hi everyone, this is Josh with Wright Piano TV. Today's video is about Chopin Nocturne in B flat minor, Opus 9 number 1. And I don't play this, and I have just begun teaching it to one of my adult students. But luckily the request is not so in-depth that we'll get too caught up in the details, so I'll mostly just be sight reading today. So I apologize for any mistakes that I may make, but a very kind woman from France named Louisa has been emailing me some questions about this, and I wanted to post this video for her. So please overlook my weaknesses with this piece in particular. But her request is about pedaling. And I would suggest anybody who has questions about pedaling to first refer to my video. There's two videos. One of them is called Pedal Functions, and I think the other one's just called Pedaling. I'm not exactly sure, but I think I have posted two videos on this. But we'll get more into a real life, real practical example with this nocturne. So I just am going to go super slow, partly to the fact that I don't know the piece all that well, and partly so we can just really hear what we're doing. And I apologize I don't have another camera to show my feet, but I'm going to explain it in such detail that I think it will be clear. So I would just put the pedal down before you even start playing, because the worst thing in the world is when you go to play this first note and you can hear that bump of the pedal. That's terrible. So just put your pedal down very gently before you even start playing. And now, when you go to this F, in order to not blur the pedal, what you want to do is you want to play. See, I'm letting that blur into my next, from my previous pedal into my next pedal, but then as soon as I play down on this F and B, my pedal is going to release upwards. So, change. Now, same thing right here. Change your pedal, but you're going to first play the note, and then release your pedal. And then change. And there was a few changes in there I didn't mention, sorry. I would just pedal on your big beats for the most part. But you can see that that keeps it really clear and beautiful. That I want to get to an aspect that is much deeper than just surface pedaling. For anybody who has questions about this, the most important things to remember in order to have a clean pedal is proper balance between the hands. It's absolutely essential that your right hand is singing and your left hand's out of the way, because even with very clean pedaling, if your left hand's overpowering your right hand, watch what happens. I can still hear reverberations from that B flat minor chord because it was so loud in the piano. When I lifted up my pedal and then the damper, and I put it back down and the dampers went up, those were still reverberating. And so it's important to always maintain that balance in order to have a clean pedal sound. So step one, make sure that you're doing a nice syncopated pedal, pedaling when you play the notes rather than before. That's terrible, and also pedaling too late. Third thing, make sure that you release your notes, because if it's getting too blurry, you're probably holding notes through. Are you holding any of those notes through? Make sure you're not holding those through. Next thing is, let's focus on our shaping. Everything helps with the pedal, because your pedal is really a coloring tool. It's like your picture is there and then the pedal colors it, and it can really make a piece magical, or it can make a piece absolutely hideous according to the way you use it. And so let's use it in the best way we can with nice balance, and let's make this a really nice shaped phrase. See how slow that pedal was? It was really slow to clear. But as I ease into the phrase, it will help our pedaling to also be clear. So easing in and out of phrases will also help. So phrasing, dynamics, all these things. I think that's probably the points that I would focus on the most with pedaling, but again, just make sure that you're always releasing things first and foremost, because if you don't do that, you have no chance of having a clean pedal. Make sure that you're releasing your pedal quickly after the downbeat of your next phrase, or when you plan to change the pedal, so you're not cutting off values and making it bumpy, or taking way too long to pedal and making it too blurry. And then the last thing, really focus on phrasing and that balance between the hands. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but it's important. That's why I repeat myself. In a lot of my lessons, I say the same thing like 10 times to my students, and then they remember it. As human beings, our minds are very weak, and so it takes constant repetition. So what I would suggest, write those four, I think I mentioned about 4 things, write those 4 points down, the 4 big points, and have them on your piano when you're practicing, trying to improve this pedal, and I think that will really help. So I hope this has been helpful and gives some new ideas to anybody having questions about pedal. Thank you so much for joining me and for all of your support. This channel recently hit 25,000 views. I know that's very minimal compared to some of the YouTube videos that have 1 million views on one video, but I know that my audience is extremely specific with these videos, and I truly appreciate all of the support that I get from my viewers. So thank you very much for joining me. If anybody has questions, my email address is josh@joshwrightpiano.com, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.